Alright, what's up everybody? It's Johnny Roddenseed back on the Dark Side of the Spoon channel, and really just wanted to cover something that's been weighing heavy on my mind here lately. Thinking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. This message goes to of course addicts, because that's who we discuss here, but really anyone in general. And the topic of discussion is decisions, consequences. When it comes to decisions, for me personally, I believe that every decision that we make has some type of consequence, and those consequences can sometimes be good, and they can sometimes be bad. And we really need to learn going throughout life to evaluate what we're about to do in order to prevent ourselves from having to suffer some pretty negative consequences. But one of the things that I really want to discuss about this is that it's the sum total of your life are your decisions. The decisions that you make today, tomorrow, that you've made in the past, that is the sum total of your life, period. And a thing that doesn't get brought up enough, I don't think, anymore, is legacy. When we think of legacy anymore, we think of sports teams. That they were a dynasty and that they were a legacy. But a legacy is something far different. It's what we leave behind. So if you're out here making bad decisions, in and out of jail, in and out of prison, using, getting high, accomplishing absolutely nothing in your life, your legacy is absolute shit, and no one is going to remember you. No one. Because why would they? Your legacy is nothing but a string of bad decisions. Why would anybody remember that? Legacy is what we leave behind. Most of us, a lot of us, have children or want children. I have children. My legacy goes with them. It's how people remember me and how people talk about what I did while I was here. My legacy starts rough. It's bad because I made bad decisions. At some point I decided to turn that around and maybe work on having a better legacy to leave behind. Maybe being that underdog story or that turnaround story that I decided to change my life and do something better. I made a better decision. Once I made one better decision, which was to quit using dope, I had to start making better decisions. If the last decision that you make that's a good decision is to not use dope, you're still living for absolutely nothing. We got to start thinking about better decision making and how that's going to affect our life and how that's going to affect our legacy. Another thing I want to explain. Ownership is fucking key in everything, right? So you make a decision, you own the consequence. Man up, right? So all this shit about it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of my childhood, it's because I grew up this way, it's because this happened to me. Look, some things we didn't get to control. However, we control the response. If your response is to constantly do bad shit and blame it on something that happened in your childhood, then you're still a part of the problem. You're still making terrible decisions and you're doing nothing to improve your life. See, that's a decision. Improving my life is a decision. I had all the excuses in the world whenever I was getting high. Whenever I quit getting high, I needed to eliminate those excuses very quickly, or I would have gotten high again. We can't just jump back into making excuses for everything. Listen, if you make bad decisions, there are bad consequences coming your way, period. It doesn't matter about anything else. We see all the time on the news, on this or on that. The media makes excuses for people constantly, and they're making excuses for bad decisions, right? If I break a law, I go to jail, period. It doesn't matter my fucking color, what race I am. It doesn't matter if I'm white or I'm black or if I'm Hispanic. If I make a bad decision, I break a law, I go to jail or I go to prison. And I can tell you that from experience because obviously I'm a Caucasian male. However, I've been to prison because I made bad choices and I made bad decisions. But guess what? I own it. I did my time, right? A lot of people out there are doing time and still making excuses why you're locked up. If you did the crime, do the time. It's cool. But man up. Own your shit, or you're never going to get anywhere in life, man. Quit making excuses for your bad decisions. There are some things, like I said, that we cannot change in the past, and some things shouldn't have happened to a lot of individuals. They maybe, had something happen in their childhood, some type of trauma. We can't take that back, but we can control the response. You can either use that as something that can lead you down a path of absolute destruction, or you can use it as a motivation to make sure that it don't happen to your kids, or to make sure that it doesn't happen to other people. You can get involved with a foundation that works on preventing those types of things from happening to other children. But a lot of y'all are sitting around using that as an excuse of why you get high or why you make bad decisions. All decisions have consequences, sometimes good, sometimes bad. When I decided to stop using drugs and I decided to start making better decisions, my life got better. See, when I made better decisions, the consequences, they got better. But if you make bad decisions, you should always expect bad consequences. Again, there is no excuse. No race, no childhood trauma, no any of those things are an excuse. There are no excuses. Let me put it that way. There are no excuses. You got to own your shit. If you make bad decisions, own it. Hey, I made a bad decision. It was the wrong call. I'm willing to accept whatever consequences come my way, and then I move forward beyond whatever those consequences were. Quit making excuses for yourself. The more you make excuses for yourself, the less you will do in your life. You will achieve absolutely nothing if you always have an excuse for everything. Don't tell yourself, I can't because. No, you can because. When I think about my legacy, think about the things I want people to say. Whenever I first got clean, I thought about something that bothered me, like deep down, and it hurt my soul. And what I thought about was, if I was to die of an overdose, because that was the lifestyle that I was living, if I was to die of an overdose, and at the funeral that someone got up and they gave my eulogy, and then people come up and they said whatever they were going to say about me, I thought about what they would say. And I know my family and my friends, they wouldn't have went up there and said how I was a liar and a cheater and a thief and a piece of shit. They wouldn't have said those things, but that would have been the truth, honestly. But when I thought about it, I thought about what they would have said, and I think it's even worse than saying that I was a liar, a cheat, a thief, and a piece of shit. They would have got up there and they would have said I had so much potential. And we think about the word potential, and everybody always uses it like it's some commonplace good thing. Potential is not a good word, it's a bad word. Potential means that you are capable of, however, you are not doing. It's a bad word. It means I'm not living up to what I could. I have potential, but I didn't use it. And I thought about that for a while, and I was like, I don't want that to be what people say about me whenever I'm gone. So I needed to make decisions and choices that were better, so that's not what it was. And I don't know what people will say about me when I'm gone, but I hope it's a lot better than that, and I try to live a life now that may improve those eulogies and those things that are said about me whenever I'm gone, because I want to be remembered as something better than that, than potential, than I wasted my life for nothing. You guys think about what you want to leave behind. I want to leave behind something, right? Something good. A lot of us, like I said before, are parents. I want to leave something with my kids, values and morals instilled in them, right? And by all means, I'm no perfect father at all. But I try. And when I screw up, I admit it. And I try to improve that. I think that's all we can do the best we can, right? So, what's your legacy going to be? What decisions are you going to make? Because your legacy is going to be the sum total of your decisions. your life, where you end up, is going to be the sum total of your decisions. So what are you going to do? Right now, today, what decisions are you going to make to improve your life? Or what decisions are you going to make to ruin your life? Because that's what it is. It's consequence, good or bad. It's a consequence of the decisions we make. So I want you guys to evaluate where you're sitting at in your life right now, what kind of decisions you're making. If you think you can improve upon them, go for it. Get out there. If you got questions about how you might be able to improve it, let me know. Try to help you. Like I said, man, what's your legacy? What do you want to leave behind? What do you want people to think whenever you're gone? Those are harsh realities of what we do, right? But if there's one thing I know about life, life's finite, and it ends. So, we're all just coming towards an end. So probably ought to think about what you're going to leave behind. I appreciate y'all listening to my rambling and my babbling. Make better decisions. Think about the consequences that are going to come from the decisions you're about to make. And quit blaming your shitty decisions on everybody else. Get so sick and tired of hearing about it was because of this, it was because I'm this, or it was because I'm that, it was, this privilege or that. Shut the fuck up. Make better decisions. You, personally. You'll improve your life. Make bad decisions, you'll ruin your life. Just how it works. So, appreciate the support. Appreciate all y'all following us. Again, we're working through some stuff, but still trying to bring some content when we can. Always like, share, subscribe. Check us out. Dark Side of the Spoon on everything. And you can check me out on Facebook, Johnny Rotten Seed, Instagram, Johnny Rotten Seed. Again, we appreciate all the support. If you guys know anybody who's needing help, reach out. Holler at me, holler at Bones. We'll see what we can do for anybody that we can. So, again, guys, what the fuck's your legacy going to be? What are the decisions you're going to make today for the legacy that you're going to leave behind? Appreciate it.